I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Not all priests are good at everything, and we don't always like everything that we're called to do as priests. I think one thing that most priests don't like to do is when we feel like we have to ask for money. It's not fun. It's not fun to stand up there and say, hey, everybody, put all of your money in here. And really, it wouldn't be fun if that's what it's all about. If it's just about asking people to continue to give so that we can support, just the finances of the parish. But our call to give is much deeper than that. And disclaimer, this isn't some asking for money right now, so don't worry. But what we read in the gospel and what we see in the scriptures brings our giving to a much deeper level. That we are to be generous of heart in what we do, what we give to the church, to others, and that is what our real call is. We see today in Paul's letter to Timothy, he's warning him to not make his ministry of preaching and teaching to be something that is for his own temporal gain. He tells him that famous line we know that the love of money is the root of all evil. So he's telling him as a preacher, as a member of the church, as a representative of the church, to not make that ministry about earning money. And that's a good lesson and a good warning too for us as priests, as anyone working for the church, that we can't make it about that. And I hope it never is about that. For me, rather, I always want it to be, I want to preach the gospel. I want to help others to know Jesus, to love Jesus, to be reconciled with the Father. But with all of that, we are all called in a way to be generous of heart, to provide for the needs of the church. Just like the women we hear about today in our gospel, the women who travel with Jesus and they provide for the needs of the ministry out of what they have. That's what we're called to. That's what we're called to help to see what the church needs and to give of what we have. And it might be monetary gifts that we have, that we are blessed with, that we are able to give of. But perhaps it's not that. Perhaps we're also gifted with some talent that can be helpful for the church. Maybe we work in a construction business, and so we offer our expertise when the church needs to build something. Or maybe we are a CPA or an accountant or something, so we might want to serve on the finance council for that reason. Or maybe we have musical talent, and instead of hoarding that to ourselves, we can give of that to the church on Sunday, be a cantor, be an accompanist of some way. Whatever it is, we're always called to be generous of heart, always called to provide for the needs of the church, to lift up others by what we can do. So we'll ask the Lord today that perhaps I'm not going to be very good at asking for money, and that's okay with me. I'd rather be good at preaching the gospel and helping others to realize their call to be generous of heart. Ask the Lord today to make you more generous of heart, that you might always provide for the needs of the church and so provide for the needs of the world.